Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new series, Tactics with I am Alan Safa. In this series, we are going to explore the 15 main tactical ideas in chess that helped bring my game to the next level, that took me all the way from a beginner to an international master. Now, what is a tactical idea? What is a tactic, you may ask? Now, in chess, a tactical idea or a tactic is usually a sequence of moves or a plan that leads to a concrete advantage, usually either winning material, delivering checkmate, or simply reaching a dominant position. Now, why is this important? You always hear in chess, work on your tactics, practice your tactics. There's even the saying that chess is 99% tactics. Now, tactics occur so often in chess, and that's why you need to be up to date on your tactics. Now, in this series, there's going to be 15 main tactical ideas that I'm going to present to you, backed by puzzles and examples. In this first video here in the series, we're going to deal with the first one, the basic and, in my opinion, one of the most important ones, destruction of defense. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you simply wanted to capture one of your opponent's pieces, but you could not do so because it was defended? Now, think about this. What if you eliminated the defender of that piece, and then simply on the next move, you could take the piece because the defender is no longer there? Now, let's get right into it here. Now, in this position here, the black rook on f5 is defended by the bishop on h7. So you would think that, okay, nothing's going on. However, if white realizes that his rook could actually capture this bishop, and after rook captures h7, king captures h7, then we simply capture the rook on f5 after eliminating the defender and destroying the defense. Now let's move forward. Now in this position here, it looks very complicated. The white has a pawn on f6 that is a bone in the throat of the black position. The black back rank seems a bit weak. If the black rook was not on f8, white could drop down with some checkmate here. So therefore, white finds the idea, queen captures f8, king takes, and rook d8 is checkmate. Because actually the pawn on f6 serves an important role of not letting the king escape. In this position here, I'm going to give you the task. I will ask you, in this series, always you are invited to pause the video and try to think, what's the move? So this one is white to play. So white has a pawn on g6. If it could just take the pawn on h7, then it's ready to go and make a queen. However, the knight defends that pawn. So I guess you already know the move. Rook captures g5. And after f takes, g captures h7 and queen on the next move. Unstoppable. White wins. Moving forward, in this position here, it looks very complicated. It looks like many things are under attack. However, the white queen is under attack. The black king has no squares, so it's boxed in the corner here. So what's going on? Now, what I noticed when I was looking at this position, if the knight could go to g6, that would be checkmate. However, black pawn could simply eat it. What if white played queen captures h7, sacrificing the queen? Black now has to take back with the rook, and now knight g6 is checkmate. The king has absolutely nowhere to run. And the last example of the day, black to move. Think on this one. Looking at the previous examples, and by the way, all of these examples are taken from my favorite book. My favorite book that really took my game to the next level. It's called The Art of Combination by Maxim Blokh. That is a book that is game changing. It's an old school book. It's very rare. It was written in the 1900s, an old Soviet style book that it contains endless chess problems and all kinds of different tactical aspects. And that book, if you could get your hands on it, it will be game changing. Now this one is black to move. So black now is queen is in the game, and Black wants to give checkmate, and I hope you solve it. But if Black brings his bishop to e5, he wants to give checkmate, but White has pawn to f4, simply deflecting the bishop and escaping from checkmate. However, Black realizes this pawn on f3 is actually a big defender in the position, so to destroy the defense, bishop captures f3. And after bishop captures f3, bishop to e5, and now he can no longer stop queen takes h2 with mate. If bishop f4, simply bishop takes f4, and queen takes h2 mate is coming. White is dead here. In this video, we tackled the first part of the series, the destruction of defense. And I hope you definitely learned a lot from this. You were able to solve some. And definitely stay tuned for the other parts, the other tactical ideas to bring your game to the next level. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more instructive and fun content.